Testing the microphone. We are testing the microphone. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 82? I think, maybe? It could be 82. I got to do a better job on checking on these things before I start the show. But the show has began. Do you like my new hat? Check out my new hat, dude. This hat's pretty sick. It's from the homies at Vortifest out in Sedona, Arizona. I met them at a couple of shows I did in Tempe, Arizona last weekend. Speaking of which, I got shows coming up. Check out Vortifest to see what they're all about out in Sedona. Check out my shows if you're trying to party. We got Tempe, Arizona this week on Thursday. Tempe Improv on Thursday, October 7th. And then I'm flying out to New Jersey to shoot the next season of Wild 'N Out. For all of October, I come back, and I will be at the Irvine Improv, Thursday, October 28th. And then Oxnard up by Ventura, Ojai fam, Santa Barbara people, come out to the Oxnard Levity Live Comedy Club on Thursday, November 4th. These are a bunch of Thursday shows. You guys know the drill. We got to pack these bitches out so that they bring your boy back for a full weekend and we can get real weird, okay? And then Brent can have a career and make people happy before he dies, all right? So that's the goal. Come through if you're in any of those places. Also, I'm doing a full weekend in Austin at Vulcan in January. That has not been listed yet, and you are the only people who know about it because I'm not promoting it anywhere except right here, right now. Just putting it into your mind that I will be in Austin for a full weekend in January. I believe that's the 21st or something, the weekend of the 21st. BrentPella.com/shows have that website has all the links and ticket info. So come through. None of these shows have any requirements of anything, but you do. That's a lie. The one requirement for all these shows is you have to have a test for vibes. You must test positive for good vibrations, and any tests that come back negative vibes, you will not be allowed in the doors. So get your vibe checked. And make sure you're coming through with those good vibes, baby, because we can't have people being infected with bad vibes, okay? That's the only mandate at Brent shows. Sponsor time. Blood Sugar Breakthrough. Damn it. I'm so bad at sponsors, dude. Look, I'm bad at reading them, but I do use both of these things. Okay, bloodsugarbreakthrough.health/Brent. That's this one, Blood Sugar Breakthrough. This one, it helps you break down if you have a high carb diet or you struggle with your blood sugar levels. I know a lot of people have disease or issues that have an effect on their blood sugar. I'm not a scientist. I'm just a guy who does a lot of independent research on supplements and their effects on the body, and then I promote the ones that I like. This one in particular, Blood Sugar Breakthrough, will help your body not store the carbs, which then get turned into fat, but instead burn them as energy in a more efficient way. So it could potentially help you lose weight as part of a healthy diet with proper exercise. That is bloodsugarbreakthrough.health/Brent. And then magnesiumbreakthrough.com/Brent Pella for my favorite supplement of all time, Magnesium Breakthrough. I take these every night. I take them after workouts. They help with inflammation, and they have a bunch of other awesome effects that you can check out at magnesiumbreakthrough.com/Brent Pella. Bioptimizers is doing a free gift with a purchase of either of those, so go check them out, okay? Okay, here we are, dude. Here we are. We're chilling. I just got home. It is Sunday, October 3rd. I'm hanging. I got a new hat. We've already discussed that, but I'm very excited about it. And my feet stink. Just got off a plane and came straight to the studio. And your boy's feet smell like feet. They just smell like feet. I don't know if you can smell them through the Spotify or wherever you're listening to this, but it's just feet smell. You know what I mean? His feet stink. I went to a bachelor party in Cabo, Mexico this week on a Wednesday and a Thursday. I'm so happy it was a weekday because if it was a weekend, that it could have been miserable coming back. But we went on a Wednesday, Thursday. Bachelor parties are funny, man, because with all my friends, the bachelor parties that we go on, it's usually a group of 18 guys. And everybody's married or has a girlfriend, and everybody, we just end up getting absolutely trashed. And it's funny to see dudes get hammered as a dude group after college, when you're in a grown age of a dude group. Because just it affects your body way differently the next day. Just everybody's dead. Everybody's a zombie. But it's also funny the night of because like there's no like when you're a young dude partying and you're in your like bro phase, in your 20s or whatever, there's always some like weird tension. There's always something there. You're always trying to like have sex with somebody or fight someone or like look cool. But once you hit that like grown bro age, you just want to you're just silly. It's just so silly. Is you're messing with each other. Me and my buddy were throwing beer at each other in the bar, which they were fine with because it's what you're supposed to do in Cabo is be a disgusting, silly nightmare of a person. And they were actually encouraging it, which was crazy. But it's funny because you see these guys. I saw these guys that I hadn't seen in a while. You ever see someone so drunk they just start like moving in reverse? Like they start like walking forward, but then all of a sudden their momentum just kind of carries them backward because the top half of their body is just carrying them backwards. Anyways, it was really fun. Did that, then went out to do a NACA conference. That's one of those college showcases. First one I've done in person in 2 years. Very fun. I will say that, there's a lot of, so at these conferences, a lot of performers showcase themselves, like spoken word artists, musicians, singer-songwriters, bands, comedians, motivational people, speakers, and things like that. And, there's a lot of, what's the right term here? Coddling, maybe, babying of the college-aged psyche that I see at this conference that maybe I didn't notice before, either because I wasn't conscious of it existing or maybe because it wasn't as much or as focused. Like, for example, there are different lectures that you can bring to your campus that'll like calm you if you've like that'll kind of calm tensions within the student body, like if there's a lot of microaggressions happening or if there's a lot of issues with perceived social injustice or things like that happening on campus. You can bring people to campus to help kind of resolve issues and talk to students. And I just, I got to believe it comes from a good place, but I just also wonder if we're not overdoing all that stuff. My sister's in college right now, and she had a whole class section about microaggressions. And I was reading through this list of like over 60 different microaggressions, and I started laughing, which probably is a microaggression toward microaggressions. I was being microaggressive toward microaggressions, and right now I'm probably being microaggressive toward myself, being microaggressive toward microaggressions, which I apologize for, I think. Anyways, I just think it's a lot. I think it's a lot. I don't know. It's just different. Like I remember being in college, we didn't know what a fucking microaggression was. We didn't have these issues. We didn't have conversations about like genders and pronouns and things like that. And I don't have any problem with that if it's being discussed. But when I start to have a problem with it is when it starts to take precedent over things that I believe to be way more important that maybe people could be talking about or working toward, common human goals. Whether that's the broad scope of climate change without the propaganda behind climate change, but just the actual climate change that's happening and what we can do to be better to the planet. Like that above maybe saying, describing the difference between saying pregnant people and pregnant women, which was a whole thing on Twitter this week that I just thought was so absurd. Anyways, I don't know. All these Russian bot farms are definitely winning. They're definitely winning, dude. They're definitely winning. Because those Russians, dude, they're out there just making people mad at each other. Just making people mad. Just making people fight on Instagram. A lot of people fight on Instagram. You know what's funny about people fighting on Instagram is when people get really, really mad on Instagram, they won't just like insult you in a comment. Like if like in a comment thread, if two people are fighting against each other or like having an argument, they'll like when they get really mad is when they start digging into the other person's Instagram page to find personalized insults about them. Like I'll see on that video I did, the taco mandate one, people were going at each other and I'll see like reply. And then all of a sudden someone would be like, yeah, oh, I bet that's what somebody would say. Someone would say who collects like 1940s beer cans. What a loser. Go back to your beer can collection. And I was like, what? And I went on the guy's page and sure enough, he has like photos of like antique, like cans and bottles. And I was like, that's such a weird insult. That's such a weird thing to do. Let me win this argument by seeing what this guy's gone through. Let me see. Oh, okay, I got it. Oh yeah, that sounds real smart coming from somebody who recently went through a divorce or something. Just like finding a way to personally insult the other person. Oh yeah, wow, no wonder you spelled that wrong. You can't string a sentence together just like you can't string a marriage together, you freaking nerd. Like, bro, are you doxing me? Did you go, how are you finding this information? Did you go through my entire Instagram page to see all of my relationships? It's just very strange. People get very mad at each other. People get very mad at each other. And on that recent video too, as the dust has settled from it, you know, I got a couple of those comments that are like hey bro, use your platform better. Hey bro, just be a little more responsible with how you use your platform. Yeah? Oh, sorry, I'm not using my platform for what you think I should be using my platform for. I'm sorry, I didn't do that this time. I apologize for not using my platform the way that you think I should be using my platform. Oh man, my platform. Oh, I'm messing up on my platform by asking questions and sharing my opinion on rules that I think are dumb. Oh man. Dude, those types of people, like the guy that I went to high school with who still weirdly comments on my stuff randomly because he must have nothing better to do with his own career besides fail at trying to tear mine down. It's just so strange, the attention that people put. It's not like if somebody had built up their entire platform and then all of a sudden out of nowhere started to like just spread complete batshit crazy stuff. Like if I've built up a platform that I don't think is very big, but that other people think is big. And if I were to all of a sudden pivot and not do comedy videos, but only say like, hey guys, I think we should all be careful when we're walking into a Macy's because people who work at a Macy's literally will throw feces at you. So just be careful. Like then I'm probably not being responsible with my platform because I'm just making shit up, dude. But this is like with the taco video, I'm legit asking questions. That was a bad example. But like a conspiracy, like a crazy conspiracy, like if I just went full anti-vax, right? And I'm not anti-vax at all. I've said it before on this podcast. I'll say it again. I got no issues with what's actually inside of the needle. I don't have a problem with that. I understand if you do. I'm not here to change your mind. I have no fucking interest in trying to sway people one way or the other on the damn vaccine. Okay? All right? But if I all of a sudden started saying like, hey guys, vaccine will kill you. Vaccine kills everybody, dude. Don't get it. That to me would be very irresponsible. Okay? That would be irresponsible because it's simply not true, right? It's not factually true. It's not killing everybody. And I personally don't think it to be dangerous. Okay? And I've said that before, and I'll say it again. And you can disagree, dude. Don't give a fuck. Okay? Not here to change anyone's opinions. My whole thing is the messaging, the propaganda, the pressure, and the bullshit laws, the bullshit mandates. I don't like those. I don't agree with them, and I'm gonna speak out on those things because those things are opinion based. Okay, and I can have the opinion that somebody should be able to do whatever they want if they have antibodies, just the same as they do when they have the vax. And beyond that, I don't think a vax mandate is legit anyways, but that was the central focus of that taco mandate video. And so when people are like, hey bro, use your platform for like responsibly, I feel like I totally am. I feel like I'm being very responsible because I'm being authentic to myself and being true to myself. You know what I mean? And that's what we got to do, bro. We got to be authentically true to ourselves. Because if we're not being true to ourselves, then we're lying to ourselves and we're putting on a facade. Okay? We don't want to walk around with no facade, dude. If I avoided those topics that weigh on my mind 24 hours a day, then I would be living a fake life. I would be putting on a facade. I would be consciously avoiding the things that are truly making me have like a passionate opinion about something. I would be avoiding those things, and that wouldn't be right to me. I think if you have a passionate opinion about something, you should express that. Dude, the thing is, even if it's crazy, even if like 99.9% of people think that your passionate opinion is crazy, the best way to battle someone's opinion that you think is crazy is with good information that can maybe realign their vision, right? Or realign their perspective. Like if somebody's like going batshit, apeshit crazy and just saying stuff like, hey dude, Tom Brady eats baby fingers for lunch. You would have to battle that with good information that he does not, because it's not part of his diet, because he only eats kimchi and avocado during the summer months. Okay. Something like that is true, by the way. Tom Brady's got a crazy diet. That's why he's 74 years old, still playing football. But that's the thing, man, is when, and also on that video, I ended up having like 5, did I already say this on a recent episode? I don't know. But on that video, I had like 5 personal one-on-one conversations, either with doctors or people in high levels of med school via my DMs on Instagram. And these are people that had commented something, either shitting on me or shitting on the video for being like a bad metaphor, or like and being anti-vax or whatever. And I was like, no, dude, I'm not anti-vax. Okay. I'm not anti anything except for I'm anti stupid people. Okay. I'm anti people who say use your platform for the better. Right. I'm anti people who say shut up and do what you're told. Okay. So I had these conversations with these guys, and we went like really in depth. I learned a lot about the different, there's just so much. But anyway, it all boils down to the main question of that video, which is it's a very easy fucking question to understand, which is if you have provable immunity with the antibody tests that they have available now, because these tests do exist, and I've done my best efforts into researching the existence of these tests. I'm not a scientist. I'm just a random fucking dude who puts in a couple minutes here and there to broaden his scope and vision of understanding what's happening in the world, specifically with this issue. I don't know everything. Could still be wrong about some stuff. But I was like, to these doctors who first and foremost hated the video and the fact that I made it, I would message them or they would message me, and we would have like a very respectful conversation. And it always boiled down to, if you can prove that you still have active antibodies and you have immunity that's comparable to the vax, then why should you be subject to getting the juice? And their final word was always in agreement, dude. They always agreed. They were always finally like, well, you know, if that's truly and honestly what your question is, then yeah, I guess I agree, because if it's comparable, then yeah, you shouldn't be forced to do anything and da-da-da. But still, you should get it because da-da-da-da. You should still get the vax because da-da-da. And like, fine, dude, fine. You can say, but you should still get it, whatever. But just answer my question first. You know what I mean? That was my question. And it always boiled down to that. Now, again, I'm no doctor, dude. Okay? But also, I'm just a random fucking dude on the internet who's not on a mainstream late night comedy show. So I don't really fear being canceled, you know, and canceling me for asking questions. Again, if you think my message to the people like that is, dude, if you think the question is irresponsible, then fight it with good information, not with saying you're anti-vax and da-da-da-da-da, you don't deserve a career and da-da-da-da-da. Oh, that's all, you know. Such a weird world where you got to worry about your shit like coming back to bite you in the ass later. I don't really, because I don't think I've ever said anything too crazy. Like, I look back at the stuff that I've done that people think is like misinformation or something weird, and it's just, it never was. It's not. That's never been. Like, remember that video I did with JP? That was the dead people who voted in the election and we put out in the fall of 2020. That was literally to mock people who thought that so many dead people's names were on ballots that it swayed the election. There are always dead people's names on ballots. That's just a fact. There are always dead people's names on ballots. Were there more in 2020? I have no fucking idea. But I wrote that video to personify a conspiracy theory that I thought was hilarious, which is that everybody was just tweeting and talking about all these dead people voting. And so the comedy was right there. Well, who are these dead people? Let's meet them. And then that's where it came from. It wasn't to try and shed light on election fraud. That was not the goal of that video. And then people got mad because it gave a platform to the people who thought that there was widespread election fraud. And I don't really give a shit who uses a comedy video to further their own opinion. I don't care, because that's their own interpretation. But it's not the intention. So I feel very strongly confident in that video and others that I've done where the intention to me is very fucking clear. It's just a joke, or it's mocking a conspiracy theory that I think is absurd, or it's mocking a message that's popular in the culture that I think is silly or absurd. And people's interpretation can be different. Whatever, dude. Fuck off. You know? But I just wonder sometimes, it's just weird to think that with the rage mob and the cancel stuff online and how mad people get about people sharing opinions that go against the mainstream, it's interesting to wonder what might be the thing or things that come back. I think it would be anything COVID related that I've said or done, because I've been pretty, anti a lot of measures. And I was not all measures, but, I've made fun of people who wear a mask outside. I've made fun of people who wear 2 masks that are different colors because it's like a virtue signal, like just letting other people know that you care. I've made fun of kids in masks. I haven't made fun of, but I've just been like pretty against that because from the research that I've done, the many minutes of research that I've done, I don't think that's right. The curfews, the mocking Gavin, all the other stuff, all that stuff that I've mocked, I just wonder if one day that'll come back. I hope it does, because that means I'll be at a point in my career where a lot of people know my name, so much so that there are people trying to actively take me down. And I'm pretty confident that they will be outweighed by the people who like me. At least I hope so. We'll see. Maybe if all 17 and a half people who listen to this podcast join forces when that happens, hey man, we'll be okay. Like the guy who just got cast on SNL, James Austin Johnson, who does an incredible Trump, by the way, and did a great Biden, did a phenomenal Biden, opened the whole season, opened the show with his Biden, phenomenal, hilarious Biden. Go watch his Biden on SNL. But apparently I was reading he deleted a bunch of his tweets. And it's like, damn, dude, that's where we're at. You really, to be cast on the late night comedy show, you have to delete a bunch of tweets. I don't know what they were about, and then I saw this comment that was like, so there were 3 new people on SNL, a girl and 2 guys. One of the guys is Aristotle Atheri, who's a Middle Eastern guy, I believe. But one of the he's lighter skinned dude, I think too. He's also very funny. And one of the comments was like, "Oh wow, more boring white guys." And I saw that and I was like, dude, oh my God, there's no winning. There's no winning here. There's no winning for a comedian to just be funny. You can't win. You can't win by just being funny. And my buddy, so I replied, I was like, hey, if you want people that aren't boring, here's a short list. And, I put Nikki on there and a couple other people. And then Ryan Long commented, like, to be fair, if SNL ever hired a white guy that's not boring, he would be fired within a day. And that's probably true, because that's what happened to Shane Gillis. But I can't imagine a white dude that's not boring being hired for something as big as SNL and then not being like torn to pieces online. Like if I was hired, dude, I'd be gone within the day they announced it, probably. But that's why I love Wild 'N Out, because it's all about fun and being funny and being silly. You know what I mean? And there aren't any like politics or agenda to that show besides just be funny and have a good time and put positivity and laughter into people's lives. And that's why I really like it. That's why I love that show. So yeah, dude. What else we got coming up? I recorded a 17-minute comedy. It's actually 15 minutes. A 15-minute comedy special a couple of weeks ago that I don't believe I will be putting out. But I might take the audio and turn it into an album. So we'll see if that's the move. But I recorded it at the Tempe Improv, and maybe I'll put it on YouTube. Now I'm just talking out of my ass because I ran through my list of things to talk about. But this is where shit gets real. This is where shit gets weird because now we just start dipping into whatever pops into my head randomly, you know? This whole concept of hey, man, this whole concept of drums versus flats when you're talking about chicken, it's very, it's an intimidating conversation. I don't know if you guys know what that conversation's like, but that's a heated debate. Heated debate is drums versus flats, dude. And I'm a drums guy. The whole concept of, fucking Squid Game, dude. Hey, have you seen Squid Game? Go now. You go watch Squid Game right now. You go watch it. Dude, Squid Game, dude. Squid Game? Crazy. It's really good. It's shot very well. It's really weirdly, like, it's psychedelic in like a really weird, not psychedelic way. You know what I mean? You don't know what I mean unless you've seen it. But I recommend it. I recommend watching the Squid Game. Use your platform to go watch Squid Game. Okay? Go use your platform to watch Squid Game. What else do we have, dude? Oh, Fauci saying, what did he say? Can we gather for Christmas or is it too soon to tell? Fauci said, it's too soon to tell. Why would you ask that as a reporter, though? Why would you frame the question like that? Why would you give him the option of saying it's too soon to tell? Also, why would you even ask the question, can we gather for Christmas? Who is Fauci? Fucking God? Fauci tells us who we can and can't hang out with, so we have to ask him that? That's just bad journalism, dude. What are you doing? Why are journalists so bad now? There's so many bad journalists now. You don't have to be good at journalism to be a journalist. You can be very, very bad at being a journalist and be a journalist. Like that woman who was interviewing the race car driver and they were chanting "fuck Joe Biden," and she was like, "Oh, they're saying let's go Brandon." I mean, dude, they were saying "fuck Joe Biden," but also I don't know why she even addressed that. She should have ignored it. They're obviously saying "fuck Joe Biden." She should have just ignored it instead of lying about it. That's so dumb. Why would you even call that into light? Like, man, people are dumb. A lot of people are dumb. I'm dumb. But how's Fauci saying it's too soon to tell whether or not we can gather for Christmas? But more than half the country is open. There are concerts happening at indoor venues with tens of thousands of people. Oh, but maybe we shouldn't gather for Christmas? Dude, Fauci looks like a fucking elf from the South Pole. Maybe that's why. I'm going to end on that. Guys, I love you so much. Hey, bloodsugarbreakthrough.health/Brent, magnesiumbreakthrough.com/Brent Pella. Come to these shows coming up, dude. October 7th in Tempe, Arizona. October 28th in Irvine, California. Help me pack that motherfucker out. If you guys know anybody in the greater Orange County area in California, you tell them to go see Brent Pella at the Irvine Improv on Thursday, October 28th. It will be insanity. I promise that. And then November 4th in Oxnard, and put it on your calendar. So I'm coming to Austin in January. And I love you guys so much, man. Hey, go put some positivity into someone's life. Okay. We need more of it. Just go be nice to somebody. Please give someone a compliment. Go be nice to someone. Be nice to yourself. You deserve more love than you're getting right now. Everybody else deserves more love than they're getting. We all deserve more love than we're giving each other, and we should all just be doing that more, okay? So go have a wonderful, beautiful, amazing week. I wish you all the love and happiness and peace and joy and health in the world, all right? See ya.